In this video, we will talk about some more tags. First one is BDO. BDO stands for bidirectional override. So what it actually means? There is a condition when we want the text should be in a mirrored form. Likewise, if I have written here 1 2 3, it should be in a reverse order like 4 3 2 1. So how we can do this? One possibility is that we can do it by the writing in the a reverse order, but that could be a bit difficult for us. For this can be done or achieved with the help of one tag of HTML that has been newly created, that is BDO. You can see it here, bidirectional override. So this is dir. Dir means direction. This is the value of this attribute. RTL means right to left. So let me write this here, Cosmogic, and write it one more tag here, same here, Cosmogic, so that you can get the difference what it actually means. Refresh the page. You can see here I have written here Cosmogic in the paragraph tag and Cosmogic in the video tag. You can see here this is in the backward form, COSMOGIC, so that it is giving us in the mirrored form or reverse form. You can see it by using a mirror in the forward direction or in front of this. It will be in the correct order. Now we will talk about the comments. What are comments? Comments are used to put a reminder or a bookmark type of thing which are required in web development, because if two persons are working on the same project of website development or anything, this is difficulty where the another person has written the IDs, class or anything, and what is the actual meaning of the code. Likewise, if I have written a big code here like a 50-30 lines, so why it is written? What is the meaning of this? Second person couldn't get it. So we use the comment in place of this. We can also use the comments to search for errors. For example, if something is not working in your web page, you can connect to the code line, comment the code line by the line and get the error found, so that you can understand where the bugs start. One more use that we can comment some of our which we do not want, or but we may use it in the future. Likewise, I will show you here. Right now I don't want this kinds of code. I don't want video code. I will comment it and render it in the browser. You can see commented part is not visible because it is just skipped by the browser. So comment start from the less than bracket, less than and not equal to, double, minus, and anything you want to write like hello, anything, and now close it with the space, minus minus and greater than. Now this is the commented part. It will not be rendered by the browser. So let us see in the inspect part. You can see it here. It is commented, but it is not rendered in the web browser. It is just kept by the web browser as it is. Now we will talk about the colors. Colors, how we can define colors in our web page, and what are the types of color. Offer means various writing techniques of colors. Colors can be written in 3 to 4 forms. One is in RGBA, second one is hex form, and third one is in the HSLA form. So I will tell you basic one by one meaning. What is RGBA? RGBA stands for red, green and blue. Means the amount of red, the amount of green, the amount of blue, and A for alpha. Alpha means the amount of opacity. Likewise, if I have written here in the CSS RGBA, I will the highest value of all the first three RGB is 255. You can give the maximum 255 values to the both three, and opacity has maximum value 1, means 1 means totally visible and 0 means totally invisible. Likewise, if I write here 0.5, the text that is written or the color that is given been to that RGBA means it is half their particular opacity. Now the second one is HSLA. So what it means? HSLA means hue, saturation and light. Light means luminization or what is the amount of light in the color. It same has the same values, like hue has the 360 values up to 360, and Saturation has the 100% and luminosity also had the 100%. We have to give the value in this form like this. And A again start for alpha means opacity. Wait, I will also give you the example of this. Like I had, now we will talk about the hex. So what is hex? Now we will talk about the hex. Hex also is a coloring technique. It starts with a hash. It has two values, red, second two is for green, and third two is for blue. So these are the basic techniques of coloring. You can use it in any in HTML anywhere. Let me show you example from this. I have one software called KPicker. Now you can see here hue. This is the hue saturation. This is the light part. Hue has the maximum value of 360. You can see 359, and this is here. This is the value, but not a percent. We will write in the percent when we use it in the web browser. Like we have one more website also, that is htmlcolorcodes.com. We will search for it, and you can see here any color that we search you can get here. Like if I want to that this is the color and we want this type, so you can see hex part. There is the hexadecimal value 59. This is the RGBA form of written, and this is the HSLA, hue saturation light. So these are the three basic coloring techniques. Both you can use any. It also gives the this color. This point is also giving us this color, and this also gives the this color. Now we will talk about the different types of lists in the HTML. HTML lists are of three types: ordered, unordered, descriptive list, and fourth one is also here, that is used a combination of first two, that is ordered and unordered, and it is called nested list. Nested list is the collection of both ordered and unordered list. Now talk about the ordered list. I will use the tag OL, means ordered list. Syntax is created. Li is the li is the inner tag. We can use it in the only in the ordered list or any list tag. This stands for li stands for list item, and list item. Like if I write here Cosmogic here and here Cosmogic. Let us see it in the browser. So save it and refresh it. You can see auto in the ordered list automatically numbering is coming, but we are not giving it any numbering. So this is done by the ordered list. We can also change the type of this ordered list type. Means this we have 5 types. One, we want numbering to be 1, 2, 3 and so on. We want a small a, b, c. We want a capital A, B, C also. We can also have I 1, 2, 3. That is the Roman form. This is in the Roman form. This is on the capital Roman form. Likewise, I will show you here. I refresh it. You can see it here. If I write here capital A, save it, refresh it, you can see capital A, B, and so on. Let me copy this again. Paste it, paste it, paste it. Save it. You can refresh it. You can see A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. These are the writing techniques of ordered list. Now we will talk about the unordered list. In unordered list, we don't have any numbering part. Like in this ordered list, we have something in a pattern. Like ordered list have numbering, alphabets, and much more. But in unordered list, the syntax is basically same, but just one difference is that here is unordered list. Same li for the list item. Again, I will write a Cosmogic. Second one also. Write the Cosmogic here. Refresh the page. Now you can see it's giving us some dots that are thus in the front of the text that we have written in the list tag. We can also change the type of this also. Like we have written here, type is equals to double quotes. Like we are given circle. You can see these are the empty bullets. We have many more things also in the unordered list. You can search it by your own on the w3schools.com. Now we will talk about the third types of list, that is description list. Write it syntax here, description list. Now we have definition term, that is in the bold form, and definition data. Likewise, if I write here cosmologic, and here I write beyond limits. Let me save this and refresh it in the browser. You can see this is the heading part, and we have a little bit margin from the left side because it is the heading and it is the definition. Now third one is the nested list, means the collection of both ordered and unordered list. Like I have created here unordered list item. I create here list item. I created ordered list also, and here I lie list item. You can see it here. I write here cosmologic again here, save it and refresh it. You can see the first one, that is in the unordered list, is of circle type with full bullet, and the second one, that is in the ordered form, is in the numbered form. So this type of basically list is called the collection of ordered and unordered list, that is called nested list. Now we will talk about the table tag. Let me quickly write the syntax of the table tag. We have caption, we have here data, give value here data, and we will give table row. This is table heading, data 1, data 2 here. Now we will start second row, table data 50, 34, anything whatever you want, 50 here. Now refresh the page. You can see the table heading is of bold type, and this is the data. This is the heading of the table, means we have written we have seen in the books that a table are written on, and it has basically a title. That means what kind of table it is and what it means. Data table, if I write here data table, you can see it here. Data table means it telling us that this table is of data type, and it's giving you the information all the data available of data 1 and data 2. That is data 1 has a value 34 and this is 50. So this is table row, means whatever it is written in this is in the single row. Like this, if I write one more here and one more here, you can see it here data 3, data 4, save it, refresh it. We have 4 values, 4 fields, and this in the table, this is the column type. Vertically we have columns and horizontally we have rows. So we are horizontally giving is the table heading. This is called table row. HTML has two types of elements, that are block level and inline level. So block level are the division and many more, and inline level are the span. Means in the division whatever is written, like if I write here something paragraph and write it here paragraph also, you refresh it, save it, whatever is written, you can see there is no difference, but there is a difference in inner part. Whatever is written in the division goes to the next line. Like if I write here division again, it will be from the next line, again division, it will be from the next line. Okay, but in the span, if I write here span, you can see it is in the same line. So what the block level means, it actually acquires as much space as it can. Means if the text is written in the smaller part, it will acquire the whole 100% width. This is the meaning of block level. But in the inline level, as much space is required, like if this one space is required to write the paragraph, it actually acquires only this space. So this is the inline element. Now we have one more condition, that if we want an image, like we have an image, let me search for this image of cup and computer. We have searched this, and let me save this one. Opening, taking time. Now let us talk about the image map. In image map, if we want, like we have different clicking action at different points of the image, we use the image map. Let me create the image map link. How it can be done? Firstly, we will give the name of the image and mean the source of the image, where the image is. I have the one file here, image here, that is called comp.jpg. I will give the name comp.jpg, and I will give the use map hashtag comp. Okay, so now for the creation of map, we have different techniques, but I will give you the easiest one. Search for the image map generator online. Click on the first link. Select the image from your PC. Click on any image that you want. I have selected this image. I will select here. We have three options: rectangle, poly and circle. Click on circle so that we can draw a circle here. We have center point and we want here. You can see our circle is created. We can expand it also so that it can fit in up. We got this circle here. Now we can give here also one type link where we want www.google.com, and we give the title, means whenever hover over this image, what we get the info about this, what is it is going to redirect us. We will write here Google, and target means we want to go in the next page. Open the link in the next page. Click on add new area. Click on rectangle. We will copy the same link here. Now it is telling us the Google 2. Now target also blank. Now select this so that we can select a new area. Select the first point. This is the XY axis point and this is the second one. Now we have selected the square. Now if you want to one more, you can select the poly and select the poly area. Copy the same link, paste it here and write Google 3 and target is equal to blank. Now if we want to select the poly means we have multiple selection points, but in the square, like we have 2 points first and second. In circle we have also 2 points. Like if I want poly here, click on this part here also, again here, again likewise here, this one, this one, this and this one. Now in poly we have multiple points so that we can select different shapes of images in poly. Now we have the whole content is ready. Now we'll just click on show me the code. Our image map is generated. You can see it here. Click on the copy. Here we will paste this. You can remove it if you want. Now it is showing us comp.image. We don't require it right now. So let us talk about the code what we have got. This is image source, the image of the name of the image file, and the extension use map means what is the ID of the map area. Now you can see it here, map is a tag and given the name image map. This name and this name must be same in order to use this kind of area in the image part. Now we have target blank means the page will be opened in the new tab. This is alt tag means if the page is not visible what will be shown here, and this is the title means when we hover over the image but that part what we get the info. These are the basically different kinds of link. Now in the first part we have area shaped circle means in the circle part we have drawn the circle on the cup. You remember it. So this is the first x value and this is the y value means what are the x coordinates of that point and the y coordinates, and the third one is the radius means what is the radius. Now the fourth one is also we will talk about the chords again. This is the x value and this is the y. We have drawn the 2 points here. Now in the square part we can see it, this is the x part and y value, and we want to draw like this big square and we have the second part xy value. This is the second xy value and we'll draw the space rectangle. Now this is the points of the poly, 2 points, these 2 points xy, these 2 points xy means we have multiple points in the poly shape. So let us view this page and close this one and refresh the page. Wait, let me give the height and width so that we can see it easily. Height is equals to 550 pixels. Save this. 350. Okay, 2 is okay. And width is equals to 350 pixels. Save it, refresh it. Now you can see. Now if I hover over this Google 2, we have the cup part. Hover over this. Now we'll talk about the form tag. We have seen our website that if we want to create a submit form or create a login part, we have seen we have different kinds of input and one button. When we get the input in the button and click on the submit, we are logged to our page. So what it actually means, this is a form tag. So how we can create it? We can create it with this form class. We want to give any class, we want to provide styling. Action means when we click on this submit button, where we should redirect, it is redirecting to the same page, so with that we can give any page or any link here. Methods are of two types, that is post or get. These are, we can use any one at a time. Post means whatever the content we write here, is not visible in the search bar. Like if I write here google.com, search it here. Now if I search here like games or Ludo, search it here, you can see our search is visible in the search bar. Like if I search Ludo King here, you can see our search bar, search keywords are visible in the text field. So this is the main problem of the get post. When the data that we entered is not sensitive or information of the user, we can use the get request. But when the information is required, that is crucial for the user and we can't lose it, we use the post method, so that anything we search here, it doesn't visible here. So it has one tags like label for name, and like first name, and second one we have input types. We have different types of input type like text, radio, we can use radio buttons also, we can type submit button. Input type image, we can also use input type color, so that we can select color in our web page. Input type, we will give the name here, it acts as a variable value here also, so that it can get the information what is the label of this? Label for name. Okay, let me open this in the web browser. You can see it here. You can see name. It's giving the value here, name, means it by default giving us the value. We have to give the input so that it doesn't give anything. You can see our first is created and we have label for this and we have input field. We can create a submit button. Input type submit, value here submit. Refresh the page. We can see we have got a submit button here. We can write here like this so that it look nice. Okay, let me write here my name and write it here hello, submit, and our page is visible and we are again on the index.html. Like if I want action here like this, google.com, and refresh the page. Now if I write here hello and click on submit button, we are redirected to the google.com. You can see Google has made the request. Security post is inappropriate, means we have used the post method, so it's going to us like this. If we use get here, it will work. Submit here. Now you can see when we use get method, we are visible, the page is visible here. So meet you in the next video.